Well, I'm really sorry that I'm a little bit low energy today. I was like around for 3 hours, so like I'm usually a lot more high energy than this one. I shouldn't have done that. That was a bad idea. That was a really bad idea.
It's okay.
Okay. Yes. So today we will be talking about
the present. We're in the right side. If you can just click the present.
Yeah. So yeah, today we will be talking about like what we have done during this pandemic as an engineering leader. My background is engineering. I have engineering and mathematics, and Vurgun will be the host today. So go ahead, Vurgun, and then let's start this. Like usually, the host is telling what.
Sorry, for the presentation, let's. There is in the right side the present. If you can make full screen, the present button. Yeah, let's.
So, just a moment.
Yeah. I think escape. You click.
It's okay.
No, escape. I think.
I escape. Okay.
And there is present.
Should be present button.
The pictures.
Okay.
No,
just
the right. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect. Thank you.
Okay. Hi guys. Hi my dears. Hi my families. I like Sako. You are amazing, man. When Sako thinking your new projects, I think Sako it's very short time, but Sako it's finalized today. You are amazing, man. I know Garib more than more years. Garib, when Garib studied in school, I know Garib. Garib is amazing, man. Why? Garib is my mentor. When Garib going to the road, I automatically see your road. I change my different life in my life. Thank you, Garib, for that. Garib, today discussed about your professional. He's We Travel co-founder and CTO. Today is very very tight times. I hope you and your families are safe during the troubling times. Today, nearly 4 million non-case global population and lockdown. It's very, sometimes I think it's a wartime. Yeah, but this time we think about how will be affected that. Please, Garib, please tell about, discuss about your
I'll first recommend you to switch back to our presentation, not your.
Okay. Oh, just a moment.
Yeah. No, it's in the middle. So yeah, thank you for introduction. Thank you for introduction. And it's stuck again. So okay, I will be talking about what we have done.
I think.
Yeah, I think something is going on there. Oh, all right. So okay, I will not. Let's just get into it. Let's.
I can share in case.
Can you guys hear me or? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Well, guys. So today we will be talking about as an engineering leader, how you should act and what you should do in these kind of times. So previously I read about it's like wartime CEO and peacetime CEO. I think the same goes to every engineering leader. It's not only for CEOs. I think not only engineering, like it all goes to every little leader. So today we were expecting this kind of we were expecting recession in 2020 or 2021, but we were not expecting something like this. I was especially like getting ready that I was thinking that there will be some kind of recession, like what we will do in this recession. But again, we were not expecting that there will be a virus which will come and literally just, screw up everything, and whole economy will go down. And also we were thinking that probably there will be a financial recession, and because of the financial recession, so I am co-founder of WeTravel, so we thought even if there will be a problem, so the travel still will be there, right? So they will people will still want to travel. So we will not sell too much, but we will have some kind of sales. So I will talk about my own experience, what happened to us and what is still happening to us and what we did in this pandemic time. So I wanted to compare this one to wartime versus peacetime. So right now we are in a time that everything literally went down, and then whole travel stopped. So you have wartime, like in multiple. So when you are running a business, you might have this wartime in different scenarios, and this pandemic is one of those scenarios when everything. So whole company has to focus, like put down everything. Literally just focus on what company should do to survive, right? As an engineering leader, your job is to make sure that to synchronize with your stakeholders and to make sure that everything is, so everything you do is actually has to be focused on how you will make sure that your company will survive. So there's like another wartime. Sometimes you are in competition that like 2 or 3 companies you guys are fighting for leadership in the industry. That is a wartime too. In that case, also you are like literally just focusing, like putting all of your effort into one thing, and then make sure that you to win this competition. But today it is pandemic, and what we did. So we had big plans. So we raised our Series A. So we start to hire a lot of engineers, a lot of salespeople, and everything. And everybody, and in the middle of this hiring process, everything it didn't collapse, but literally just things went down on the wrong way, and we supposed to hire 30 or 40 engineers and like 30 or 40 sales people, like, and then we start to hire, of course. And once this like virus hit, and we just didn't know what to do. Like all of my plans that, okay, there will be recession, but I will do X, Y, Z in this recession, and this is how we'll survive. Whole plan has changed. And then our whole focus, like instead of, we were thinking about that to build a lot of amazing functionalities, features that will win the market, but literally everything went down, just what we can do that our company will not die, because we are a payment company. We are SaaS and payment company. So what happens, all of a sudden, all of our they start to receive all kind of refunds, and they all start to receive all kind of disputes. At this point, you don't care about functionalities, right? Okay, whatever I will tell here, by the way, so it may not go for big companies, right? So we are a mid-sized company, even like I would say small company. So I will right now tell you what we did. We literally just stopped everything. We just stopped all deliveries, and we just stopped everything. What is going on here? So yeah, we literally just stopped all of our feature deliveries and everything. We just focused what we can do. So you as an engineering leader, your role is to make sure that you change your vision, you go back to your stakeholders. And this is mainly your CEO and sales team and support team, and start listening to them, right? Because usually we engineering leaders, when it comes to stakeholder management, we do our best to make sure that our team is having work-life balance. You are making sure that you don't get too much work so that you don't overwhelm your engineers. But in these kind of times, you shouldn't, like, I realized that I shouldn't think about this too much, because at this point, we will get a lot of work just to make sure that we deliver as much as possible for our organizers, so that not to die, because otherwise you literally so you need, in these kind of times, you need different kind of functionalities, right? And then you go back to your stakeholders, you meet again, you start reprioritizing, and then coming up with functionalities that actually help you to survive. In our case, we realized that, we need an amazing way to be able to fight dispute, and also easy way to provide tools for our organizers so that they can handle these kind of disputes. And this happened by you go back to your sales team and support team and CEO and marketing and everybody, and and start listening to them. You start listening to them, and they just give you all kind of information. And from there, that's like almost, it's usually CEO's call what to do. You should listen to CEO. That is one of the most important things. But as an engineering leader, you have to make sure that the whole team is actually on it, and then you just mobilize all of your focus and just start doing it. Yeah. So this was just mini entrance. Yes.
I have one question about how you change your engineer roles today, for example.
Did I change my engineering roles, or?
Yes, engineering roles. Today I am kind of product owner, or maybe I am DevOps engineer, and you take me another roles.
No, we didn't do anything like that. So in our case, so we have roles didn't change. Roles were just same. What we did, we just focused all the teams. That's all we did. That no roles changing or like nothing like that.
Oh.
Okay.
But layoff.
So layoffs, this was one of the parts that I wanted to talk about. It was about the cost-related and staff-related steps. Cost-related steps. So firing part. So in these kind of times, most of the companies, they start cutting the cost, right? So we had to do the same thing. We did it twice. So at the beginning, we didn't know how long this may take. We thought everything will be fine. At the beginning, I took the famous, so I read a lot of management books before. If you, you shouldn't lower the salary because this is killing the motivation, and then you should fire. And my first wave, we had to let some people go. I'm talking about in engineering, like in our engineering team. And then we had second wave. We realized that no, this is not enough. You need to cut deeper. Because now you have a lot of engineers and you just don't know what to do, because you're not building anything for next 6 months to 1 year, right? That's what we plan, like 6 months to 1 year at least. You're not building it. And now it's second wave. So now you have to fire more people. So what I did in my case, instead of following those like famous ways of doing stuff, firing people, I took a risk. Instead of firing, I just offered my whole team just to lower their salaries. I know a lot of CEOs and CTOs and like a lot of leaders, they don't believe in this kind of thing, but I really, deep inside me, like we had an amazing team. I really love my team. And I was hoping that this will not fire back, because there was a big risk of this may fire back. It's because motivation will go down. So what we did on second wave, including myself, we literally cut down everybody's salary, like a large cut. And luckily, whole team agreed with that, and everything was fine. But regarding to other cost-related stuff, we start to contact all of our vendors and start cutting cost and infrastructure cost, like all kind of stuff, right? Because again, we had plans, we were working on all kind of cool projects. We had to shut everything down, like literally just shut everything down just to be as efficient as possible. Yeah.
Dear Garib, do you have one interesting case? For example, you fire one engineer and engineer told him, Garib, I don't left your company. Please don't take me budget. I wait 6 or 7 months in the year join, but I don't.
Yeah, so
Yes.
so I've worked in multiple companies. It happened. In our case, we didn't. Again, we didn't fire a lot of people. Just to let you know. Yes, we did have one of our guys that we had to let him go. That was on the first wave. But we didn't. The guy came back. He just wanted to work. He just wanted to continue working. You shouldn't do something like usually. Again, people are saying that you shouldn't do something like this. But yeah, we did it, and we agreed with the guy that he can stay, and then he can, as a part-time, he can still continue working with us. And then this person, just continued working for some time, and then he's like, but again, our plan is actually once everything comes back, we are planning to hire our engineers back probably.
One more question. That time, sales time or waiting time?
No, I'm talking about that was a couple months ago. Yeah, usually if you send somebody, if you are firing somebody, you are firing for a reason, right? I'm talking about peace times when you are firing somebody, you fire this person for a reason, or this person is not able to deliver, or this person has some not meeting criteria, or something like that. That is why peace times you don't do something like this. It's about war times. So you have to somebody, because on our first time when we had to cut down our team, we didn't fire people because they were bad necessarily or something. We just had to do it because we had to cut cost. That's why. So these people, they come and if they ask you to stay, there are multiple reasons, right? Some people stay for experience. Some people stay because they just want to stay and they want to get back when everything comes back. We had the same thing actually in sales team also. We had same stuff, but the other teams, I'm not sure what they did. But in my team, I let the guy to stay with us.
Okay, thank you. Shako, please next presentation. Take the next presentation. Can we interesting about impact startup today, please?
Well, so how it impact? So they're it depends what kind of impact you are talking about. You are probably talking about raising and stuff, right? Money raising, because I see that you have this raising things are going on here. So if we are talking about money raising, I'm advising a couple startups too. When it comes to money raising, this is one of the worst times. Usually, if there is any other recession, it's a different case because people are investors, most of them they kind of know where this goes, and then the investment becomes a little bit differently. They may still invest, but today, even our investors, they don't know what will happen, right? We don't know when this will end. That is why it's one of the worst times. I know a couple of companies that they are raising currently, but their valuation went drastically down. Valuation, their valuation was $10-15 million. Now these investors are asking them $6 million valuation. But it's not same for everybody. For e-commerce companies, it's one of the best times because they're pretty damn good. Or delivery companies are doing good. But overall, I think for startups right now, when it comes to raising, it's pretty bad. But when it comes to hiring, I would say it's one of the best times. Because if you want to hire, there are lots of companies, they laid off their product people, their engineers, their salespeople, right? I would say this is the best time to actually hire. Maybe not now, but after a couple more months. After a couple more months, if you know that you are doing good and next couple months you will be good, it will be a great time. Because so I was in US in 2009, so when there was recession, and as an engineer it was impossible to find a job. We were and like any company. So usually when the big company offers, small companies were like offering you a job. They were like, nah, you know, I don't want to work for you. But on those times, you can get the best engineers for really low. You know, like I'm not a software engineer today. Don't hate me, but that's the reality. Yeah.
Kind of, I have a question about that startup. What are you thinking about changing startup manifesto or no? It's same period. It's any, for example, Series A, Series B, Series C, Series D, Series Z. It's changing or generation new startups manifesto. It's my opinion.
I didn't understand exactly the question. So, what do you mean?
My opinion, today's startups, that moment I saw invest in time. All investors stop at your startups, yes, to thinking about why do not figure out. It's only cloud today. That period changing or no, or finished startups time, generation new, but I don't know that technology time.
Let me repeat your question to clear it up. So you mean, do you mean like, is there a new wave of startups, or like you are like talking about what, like?
Yes, what else that? Yes.
So you mean like, I still didn't exactly understood the question. You mean, can you please repeat that? Like,
it's my opinion. It's my things. I say you are in startups ecosystems, but it's changed or no?
No, I don't think that anything is changing. It's just today. It's about supply and demand. If your product, if your product meeting demands, and if you have product market fit, I don't think that anything has changed now. Why? Yes, some stuff changed. For example, like it's great to be in like in e-commerce and in education, some education fields, or like, but no, I don't think that anything is changed. I don't know if we have...
Maybe today pivot time more.
Okay, so yeah, when it comes to pivoting, this is actually yeah, that's a good question actually. Pivot time. Yeah, again, a lot of people are saying that. So what happened? So 6 months ago, you had a product market fit, right? Today it's gone. So yeah, a lot of times, if you see that when like for next two years your product is going nowhere, so you will not have a lot of users, I think it's a good time to pivot. I think this is actually the best time to pivot, because for some companies, even we were thinking about not pivoting, but we were like thinking about, oh, maybe we should add something or like change something, but we ended up not doing, because I think we are doing good and everything will be back and then we'll be fine. But I think it is one of the best times if you really want to pivot, because now there are like lots of new markets, and plus competition will be lower. Like you will not have much competition, because immediately after, I don't think that investors will start investing into new startups immediately after this recession. It will take couple more years, and yeah, and there will be lots of marketing and sales people to be able to hire, so that they can actually help you with your pivot.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
There is a question from Rashad Galib that in this chart that the startup valuation, how it's changing.
Oh, I mean, pretty clear though. It's just, again, the investor knows that if they will not invest you will die, and then they will come and use that and tell you that, like, even if your company, and that's the reality, right? So if they won't invest, your company will die anyways. I think, like, and that is one. And second, if it's really promising, usually I've asked a couple of my investor friends to invest my other friends' companies that they really needed money. They didn't think about investing, because, but even if they would invest like 5x lower, because they will take a big risk, right? Because nobody knows when this will end, and even if this will end, will the economy will be the same? Will everything be the same or not, right? That is why, yes, I think everything went down, man. Like it just, yeah, valuations will be really low. So previously, for example, as a seed round, average expected valuation was 4 to 5 million, for example. Again, I'm not talking about all kind of like AI startups or something. They might be expensive, but usually if it's some kind of basic SaaS platform, the valuation was around $4 to $5 million. But right now it will probably go down.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Garib. Shako, please, next presentation.
Excellent.
The question comes from document. Someone asks, what do you think about hiring interns while pandemic continue? Just for 3 months.
Well, yeah, I know what you're talking about. So, so the problem with interns is we have had a lot of experience with interns. Well, it depends. It depends on your goal, right? So we keep building. Problem with interns, when you hire interns, it's a lot of effort to train them. Okay, just to do basic stuff, it's a lot of effort. I don't think that pandemic or like anything changes that. When you are hiring an intern, you are thinking that, okay, somebody needs to train this guy, somebody have to deal with this guy, help him. So it depends how big you are, by the way. When you are a large company, then yeah, it's also a good time because there will be lots of interns who will be around that other big companies. For example, our problem was when we needed interns, we couldn't get the, like in US and stuff, that the best guys, because the best guys are going to like Google or Facebook or like companies like that. But yeah, these times there are like a lot more availability. So yeah, it can be a good time to get interns and then like train them. And then if you see they are really good, hire them. But that's,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay, thank you, Garib. Garib, next presentation about 10 tech trends in COVID-19, please. Couple of talk that technologies.
Yeah, so we have talked about this Orgon before. So I think right now the hot topic is actually e-commerce. Well, again, drone deliveries and stuff, I'm not sure. So e-commerce is booming right now. So all of these e-commerce companies are doing really good. And I think if you have an e-commerce startup, this is the best time to actually double down on your efforts. And then, yeah, contactless. So I am right now in Amsterdam. Everybody's just using contactless, dude. So right now everybody's on it. So contactless payments is one of the most important things because people are super scared. And then remote working, by the way. So this is something that is like, it will probably change whole industry. For example, our team, I was never sure if we can do full remote team. I was always afraid about it. But right now we deliver as much and as fast as we were everybody in the same office. It's almost the same thing. So I think remote work will be booming too. Yeah, online and distance learning. This is a very hard thing, but it's happening already, and it has been around for a while. But yeah, I think online learning will be large. Even now, ordinary schools will start switching to online learning too, and there will be lots of competition. That's the problem of that one. And wearable technologies and IoT devices. Yeah, this was this was going on anyway. So online entertainment also, like, it has always been around, and I think right now it's also booming. So it will boom even like more after this pandemic, I think. Well, and then rest of the blockchain, I really believe that, I really think that blockchain will come back, and then more companies will start using it. That's what I really believe. And then AR, VR is also like, it's also there, because like even in travel, I think right now AR, VR will be a big thing right now. That's what I really believe. Yeah, 5G, and when it comes to 5G, yeah, we need to like have fast internet anyways, right? So go ahead. Yeah, that's
okay. Thank you. We have one question. Ilgar said most of schools will switch it to blended learning.
Yeah. So I've actually talked to a couple of schools. A lot of companies, they really want to use blended, like hybrid. Some days in the school, some days at home. But I think homeschool will be big, I think, if you ask me.
Dear Garib, I have last question about lessons learned during COVID-19.
So the biggest lessons learned was for me and for my team was we have learned how to work how to fully work remotely. Okay, this was one of the biggest lessons. And second lesson, I would say, process, man. Process. I think as an engineering leader, or like any engineering leader, you need to have solid processes. Because these kind of times, process will save you. When everybody is in the same office, it's a lot easier, since you see each other, you ask them questions. But when things becomes when you get out of the office and everybody is in different location and you don't see each other, you have to have solid process that you will be able to track everything, and then you can actually help your team to be successful. I think that helped us a lot. And we just learned that we can do remote, man. So we were really afraid of hiring remote people, but right now I'm not afraid anymore. When things come back, I will not hesitate hiring a lot of remote people now.
Okay, thank you, Garib.
I think Lee has a comment regarding the intern. Please, Lee,
Okay.
You can rephrase regarding the question we had, if we should hire the interns.
No, I was just adding side commentary, but to verbalize it, I would say that the things that Garib had said resonate strongly with me. That there's another aspect of interns that I think in general tends to happen, and perhaps it's that they're in general a little undervalued. I think maybe the shorter amount of engagement that you have with them, the harder it is to get to a return on investment. Because of mostly because of what Garib said, which is, gosh, it's a lot of work. And so, it can require some patience, and it can actually slow you, just like onboarding any new team member can slow you down initially with them having been engaged for some time. Ultimately, you moving a lot faster, having a higher velocity. But in the short run, you might expect to slow down. What you might want to do is, if you can, invest in 3 of them or 4 or 5 of them, so that 1, you can get economies of scale as you're providing instruction once to 5 or to 10, and then 2, if you've done it in the past, hopefully they begin to be able to maybe form a group and teach themselves. But if you've done it in the past, hopefully prior interns can help you scale in that way.
Yeah. I just wanted to add one more thing. When I said it's a hassle. So 80% of my engineers, they were my interns, just to let you guys know. That is so 80% of my engineers right now, we have hired seniors, about 30% of them only. So we know how to train interns, definitely. It's about speed, right? So when you want to go really fast, intern will slow you down, okay? But if you have enough resources, interns, in my opinion, if you want to build a solid team, that team you can trust, because the good thing about intern, these guys are fresh. Whatever you give them, they will learn. They will do their best. When this senior guy comes and gives you a hard time, doesn't want, in some cases, he doesn't want to learn a lot of stuff. But it's a long-term game. So to me, it took 2 to 3 years I think so. In our case, it was 1 to 2 months this person was getting up to speed, okay? And then up 6 months, this guy was able to deliver production code, by the way. So these guys were like able to commit to production, which was amazing. But again, 6 months, right? I mean, but when you hire somebody senior, it takes you 2 weeks or like 1 week to get up to speed. If you have plans that you will have a large team and you know exactly what you're doing, then I think hiring like interns, but not one. I will always say that. And also you need to have enough juniors so that these juniors will be training them and I definitely recommend like pair programming if you hire interns so that these guys can start helping each other. Right now we are having really, we don't have any problem onboarding interns. Like we have a real nice system. Like I can tell, like I can talk about it later on if anybody's interested. But yeah, but it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. You need to invest for a long term. If it's a 3 months intern, we don't do it anymore. No 3 months interns. If you want to stay with us, that's the best one.
Oh,
I think here is one more question. If you can check that, do you think that after pandemic you should?
Would you keep remote even after pandemic ends? Or so we did have remote people. It's not that we didn't have anybody, but these remote guys who we hired, they were experienced remote people. These guys worked for top talent stuff, you know. Yes, of course. That's like one of the lesson learned was, oh, I can do remote team. It's just extra effort. You just need to just work a little bit more. Like we just need to work a little harder, right? But yes, I am actually thinking about investing into that more. There was something written here.
I think one more question. Yeah.
Yes, right, Kiri. That's like I've spent again. I really because again, when it comes to interns, we chose. I have a persona in my mind, what kind of engineer I'm looking for, but these guys are, to find them as senior, they wouldn't come to my company, right? Because they want to go to those Google and stuff. So, but when you grow this, so you can, well, again, when it comes to like, that's my love, the hiring it like interns, that was my main thing. But you can find those guys fresh and then you can create those people. And that was the path that I took. And it worked pretty well, by the way. So they are doing amazing right now. More questions? Sorry guys, my beginning speech was like really low because like I didn't like somehow presentation got messed up and then this and that. I was like, holy shit, what am I doing? So now I'm up to speed now. Like if more questions will come, I can actually answer to more questions if you guys want. But if not, then let's move to second speaker.
yes.
It's one more time to check if we have any last question. Anybody, you're good? And in case if you come up with more question, please just write it here under the session, and hopefully we will reach follow up with Garib and he can give you some brief answer, and then you will get it as a PDF. So thank you so much.
Okay.
And I think that's it.
It was pleasure meeting everybody. And I will be here, by the way, like I'm remaining here, but yeah, I will say thank you everybody. And then
Thank you, Garib. So it's very nice.
Thank you, Garib. Appreciate it. It's really amazing to hear from you. Thank you for your time. I know it's crazy time for now, C-level, and you managed to put time and a lot of stuff going around. Again, thank you so much. And I will stop sharing. And Lee, the floor is yours. Do you want to share, or you would like me to share?
Yeah, I'll share.